come let me handle the thing. I said, I'm so high, it feels like levitation. High grade zest is a level vegetation. Have no shame for getting me reputation. I come to handle the thing. Please excuse me, but woo, my hair very bad, my hair very bad. My hair very lash, my hair very lash. You have something in that cherry glass. I did very fast. Too slow, no, I'm very fast, very, very fast.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, see, it's WEFM 99.9, 25 minutes after 9 o'clock as we jump inside our open forum for this morning. Number to call is 457-9997 as we do it for our final segment for this morning. Right, Roleza?
Yep, remember it. You can talk about anything that you want to talk about, radio worthy, of course. Anything in relation to what we discussed earlier this morning, or maybe some things that we touched on from last week. The floor is yours for you to call us at this time. All righty. All right. So while we await, Doc, how are things going at the Mangrove, though?
Oh, it's a fine. Lots of schools visiting and so forth. You know, it's quite active.
Okay.
Today, tomorrow.
Let's take this call and then, yeah.
I'm surprised you asked that. Uh-huh.
Because I need to go. I need to visit. All right. Dave?
Good morning.
Morning. People have been asking about you, so happy to hear from you.
I'm hearing you guys so far away.
We're hearing you.
You said something like you've been asking for me?
No, persons were asking about you, so yes, we're happy to hear from you.
I thought it would have been you. Just going to tell you, lapsing bad, man.
Terrible, Dave. I'm terrible.
You gotta say that to make it better for you to say. Yeah, well, trying to stay in touch. Listen to all what the feedback I'm getting from different circles. I didn't hear what the doc had to say in his commentary, what he was focusing this morning somehow. I didn't hear what he had to say. But because once he says anything that I'm not too happy with, I'll challenge him and that sort of stuff. So maybe it's a good thing I didn't.
Oh, man. Dave, there's lots of things you could challenge me with. Man, I say a lot of things that should be challengeable.
Yeah. So how the new political dispensation treating you? Oh, something like I haven't spoken
you're interviewing me and so forth. Huh? You interview. I thought this is your forum. I thought it's your forum. I thought it's your forum.
Suppose I know I can give. What about has anything changed? Are you still the CEO of marijuana, so to speak?
Of marijuana.
Well. You know something. I know you would want me to go, and I might well please you.
I hear you.
I know you want me to go, right? So I might well please you one of these days. I might well please you.
And I'm straining to hear you. I don't know why. Anyhow, I hope the marijuana, what do you call it? What do you call it again? Association or whatever it is.
Medicinal cannabis. That was the company Medicinal Cannabis.
It's a regulate. No, it's a regulator. We're the regulator.
Right, because he said marijuana.
The Medicinal Cannabis Authority.
Let's
put it the MCA. Right. Put it give it a little more than that. Marijuana.
This is your forte.
All your marijuana thing. You know what I mean? But it's all right, You gotta go with that.
Doctor, I could ask you how much money have we benefited from in terms of your marijuana production?
You mean asking
medicinal
me?
cannabis?
Yeah, me personally, you mean you're talking about?
Government.
Not personally, man. I want to know how much money it has brought to the nation.
Well, you know something. Put this way, there are several aspects of medicinal cannabis. We look at it on one life from an environmental point of view of reducing deforestation. So there are far less people up in the hills, in the slopes of Sufri. There's less contamination of the water system. That's one aspect. There is investment. There's over $60 million that's been invested in greenhouses.
Would you say that this administration has been supportive?
Oh, you know something? I don't think he's hearing me.
Yeah, all right.
You're not hearing me. I think I'm avoiding your question.
I may have to.
You got program. Dave, I gotta come out and check and fix your phones, man. We gotta avoid the delays that you normally have, and the hearing and so forth. That you have the volume maybe is a little low at your end of the phone. You know?
Are you hearing me? Though?
We're hearing you loud and clear. But you're shooting.
I don't know why I can't hear you guys.
You're shooting from all sides. You know? It's unfortunate.
Communication-wise, I am at a disadvantage here.
All right.
Yeah,
but
that's
I hope that people are enjoying a little better life under the new administration. Let me hope for that, because I know there are always critics and some of it is not warranted and so on. So I hope under the NDP administration, with that kind of whopping that ULP had, I am hoping that things are looking up. Right? I'm just curious, interested, and you're one of the major players, especially from the last elections and so on. And some of them have not yet recovered. So I'm hoping that people can get better and we get on with it, and the country make big progress and so on. Thank you. I'm going to go with this on this meeting.
All right. Thank you, Dave.
Interesting. Thank you.
All right. Let's take another call. Hello, morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Yeah, morning, Doc and Diana.
Yes.
And the rest of family. I don't know if you're seeing it. But my topic this morning that the country is slowed down so much that people are complaining so bad that because they promises from the other government, and knowing that the other government, the first government was doing so well, people are complaining so bad, and trucks on the road, hard infrastructure going on, development going on, and people employment and all kind of things just cut and chop, and the country is what they want to say is a totally mess. I don't really run down country, but I could tell you that I wait at the hall and every minute trucks and things to pass it, look and this and that and a spot and all kind of thing. And if you hear one in house, you hear plenty. So
you're saying trucks are passing with asphalt?
Yeah, it's like the roads and things now, and stones and all kind of thing. But if you will check it out, I will check in the market. People saying the guys they pay the counter fee and all kind of thing, and things is selling and things swap real plenty things swap. So I will ask the government that in existence now, try to see what they could do, because to say people getting real fed up and they're losing confidence, and even well, not really my people them talking, because all my people them saying, well, they ask for that and all this kind of thing. But I want to say that I see people them and see that way God could help them and everything, and they could repent of sin that, you can't just lie and get into office and then expect that miracle to happen. You have to repent and all kind of thing and start to get you in the country and everything, and we pray for you and all them kind of things. So a country coming and housing and all them kind of things. So yeah, no. Housing and thing. Well, they say they want that deliver housing that was taking place still. So the former government say, well, when they go back in office, the housing everything will be spanking. Standards with the $700 billion investment and all kind of thing, and trucks. Everybody going what's going on. Then now it is at those sides. We come like we really fall back, and then Vincent and telling themselves now that the whole country kind of blight, and they want to know, well, we're going to cause in that, and they're looking for a way out. And which is actually a former government Let present government to try to see what they could do because people really intensify. And they're looking for plenty of things that they promised.
All right. Thanks, Stephen. All right. So we have another call there.
Let's see this call from the WhatsApp. Hello, morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Right. I just want to make a few points as it for my contribution this morning to your program quickly. First of all, let me touch on the policing in schools issue, which seems to be some serious topic of discussions as it St. Vincent right now. Now, as an ex-educator, whereas what we're hearing in terms of that implementation is quite broad-based, we don't have any no details of how it's going to be structured. And I have a few unanswered questions on how it's going to be implemented. So I'll put it out there. One, is there going to be some sort of controlled checkpoint before one enters the classroom, i.e., I don't know the nature of the complaints as it relates to what takes place in the schools. I assume it's, I could be wrong, are there weapons being brought into schools, i.e. knives, I won't say guns, but sharp objects, things that can be used effectively against somebody else. So if that is the level of incidents that they're trying to control, is there going to be a metal detector? Apart from that, I can't see policemen being in every classroom. That could be quite intimidating. What I can see is on the compound. Once the school bell goes, they can be on the compound as a deterrent. Now, they don't have to, and in addition to that, are these policemen going to be a special unit? Are they going to be trained psychologically? Because I've seen incidents on Facebook where regular policemen can't even treat citizens in a humane way. Now we're talking to put them into schools. Yes, I personally don't think it's a bad idea, but it's how it's going to be implemented. That the details have to be looked at properly. Now we can say it's going to be, no, it's not right, no, it's not right, but just the presence could be a deterrent. They don't have to physically do anything. And we have had that demonstrated. We call for more policemen to be on the beat. The beat is the presence of a police officer. I remember growing up, there used to be policemen on the beat underneath the post office at nights and during the day. We can ask, what was the relevance of that? It's a deterrent. If we have policemen on the street, mobile units or whatever, deterrent. So we have to be tackling the problem sometimes proactively. So let's see what sort of plan the constabulary comes up with in terms of how they're going to implement this police and schools.
All right.
And secondly, I would like to just touch base briefly on, as it relates, it ties in with the behavior and the crime and so on.
Okay, if you could do it in about like a minute and a half, we'd appreciate that, okay?
Yeah, what I can do, that will take more than that. I'll leave that for another day. So I'll listen to the feedback on this
Okay.
off air. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Well, just a point that the caller made, I do not believe that there are going to be police in every classroom. Highly.
Police in every class.
Impossible. I would use the word impossible, right?
But not only that. Not only that. With several schools, with so much schools, secondary and primary schools, you know.
Hold your thoughts down. Let me take this call. Hello, morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I just had to say that I'm on duty.
Morning, Mr. Mason. How are you?
Not too bad. And how are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I was wondering how you were doing, so I'm happy to hear from you.
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay.
Good morning, Doc.
Morning.
Maka, good morning.
Good morning.
That's all
Good
I have to
morning.
say.
Good morning.
All right.
Okay, I'll do that.
To you too, Mr. Mason. Thanks for calling. All right, Doc, you were saying?
Yes. No. Clearly, and this is one of the dangers. I wonder if is there another call?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, morning.
Morning, Mr. Hahn.
Hello.
Morning. We heard you. Go right ahead.
Nicole gone?
Yes, she has.
Okay. Now, I want to speak very, very quickly to three things. The first is what y'all were speaking about this morning in reference to the sponsorship. In Barbados, what they do, they put numbers on a paper, and the person with the sponsor, sheet or wherever sheet it is, will have a pen or something, pencil, and the amount of money that you're going to give, you punch that number in the thing on the paper, so you can't really steal. Because if I'm going to give $2, I can punch $2 like that. And I also want to say that we had a world draft champion in the name of Suki King, that was champion for 20 years. And every time he's going to represent Barbados internationally, all over the world, Suki King used to have to go and wash cars and find all kinds of ways to get money to travel to represent this country. And that wasn't good. That really wasn't good. Mm. And some people would have sponsor sheets and things for him. The other thing, they're talking about the police in schools. In Barbados, that's a conversation that's going on now too. And they was even talking about putting metal detectors in the schools. Some people are for it and some people are against it. My thing is to put the police in the schools is a waste of manpower. Excuse me. What I think they should have is some well-trained security people, government security guards, and put them at the schools with metal detectors if necessary. But the police should be out doing police work and leave that aspect of controlling the children to security, specially trained security.
But remember, there are different types or different aspects of doing police work. We have police officers who are stationed at government buildings, especially those that are collecting money. So would you say that they should be removed as well and put security officers?
Well, let me say, all the government, or most government buildings in Barbados are guarded by government security guards. And you don't really see the police in those kinds of places. They're usually guarded by, more often than not, by government security guards, and in some cases, private security guards. And I don't like to call them security guards. I like to call them security personnel. So all I'm saying, Roleza, is that to put the police in the schools at the gate to see that little children don't come to school with weapons and to and to keep the peace in the schools. To put the police there as a waste of police time. They should have, like I say, specially trained security people. And in the process, they will be creating more employment for more people. That is basically what I say about that.
Okay, I hear your opinion.
And with reference to the vehicles on the road, in Barbados, the Ministry of Health, they're the ones that deal with the old vehicles on the road, because they have a set of inspectors that go around and get information, and once they are satisfied that the vehicle is a nuisance, they spray on it MOH, Ministry of Health, in white spray paint. And then after that, they have the same Ministry of Health come around with records and take these vehicles and throw them where I don't know. But the Ministry of Health is who deal with that. For the police in St. Vincent now to have to be dealing with that, again, is a waste of good policing time. The police out there fighting crime, not looking for the vagabonds, not doing that kind of things that you could get other government departments to take care of.
I actually think, if I remember correctly, it's not just I don't think it's just the police who get rid of the derelict vehicles. I think there's another department that's involved. But I don't want to. I don't want calling them. I want to confirm before I say it on air, but I don't think it's just the police in terms of them physically removing the vehicles. But maybe they're going to maybe try to trace to see the ownership of the vehicle first before just getting rid of them. But I do have a question for you. When they spray paint the MOH on the vehicles, do they leave them there for a particular time frame, let's say like 2 weeks, to see if anybody claims it before removing the vehicles?
No, they get all that information before the mark MOH. So when the mark MOH is final, it's after that now that the government vehicles records will come and take them up and take them to a dump, or I'm not exactly sure where to throw them, but I know they come and remove them. Okay. And it is all done by the Ministry of Health.
Okay.
Ministry of Health, MOH. So, and sometime last week I hear y'all talking about accents and that kind of thing.
And dialects?
And I want to dialect, yes. And I want to say that this fella Max Walker, I like to hear him speak because he gives you the real authentic Vincentian dialect. I'd like to hear him speak.
Okay.
You know Max Walker?
Yes. Uh-huh.
You find so?
Yeah.
You find that is authentic. All right. But you like it. But that's one dialect. I wouldn't say that Vincentian should be coined by that. No,
but
not at all.
There are different dialects and accents based on where you live in Vinci as well too.
Especially some of the 4-letter words. I'm sure, Mr. Horn, you don't like those too, man. You know what I mean?
Let us indeed.
But what I make it is that I'm one who always agitate and advocate for people speaking proper English when they can. But if you talk about dialect, I like to hear Max Walker. He really gives you that real Vincentian dialect that when I hear you, I just smiling to myself. He reminds me of my mother. My mother had that kind of accent because my mother, don't forget, my mother, my father are Vincentians. So I like to hear.
I wonder if you hear a really strong Vinci accent, if you'll be able to understand what the person's saying.
Let me say this to you. Let me say this to you, Roleza. I know all the accents of the Caribbean. In other words, I could listen to a Vincentian, a Grenadian, a Trinidadian, a Jamaican, a Guyanese, a Bajan, a St. Lucian, a Dominican, and I hear all them speak, and I can tell which of the islands they're from. So I'm into that kind of thing. I like languages. I like languages.
And accents, Okay.
Because I even challenge you to I wanted to speak some Spanish for you, but you're ready for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Horn will release a map. Because this is something. Now, is everybody aware that in Jamaica, they have a safe school program, right? In which the Jamaica Constabulary Force deploys specialized school resource officers, right? SROs, right? To campuses across the country to maintain discipline, deter violence, mentor students, and help resolve conflicts. The police are not there for punitive action and so forth, as they said, but it's designed to be proactive and supportive rather than purely punitive. And they go into details and so forth. So I wanted to say, this is not just in the US. This is Jamaica. I asked Nicole about whether Trinidad is in Trinidad, but this is something that, based on the trends that's been going on in the region and in the world, right? This is something that is increasingly taking place. But as Live said, it's the way it's done.
Yeah, but even in Barbados, Mr. Hunt, didn't you have but I don't know if it's past tense or present tense, but truancy police officers, in terms of police officers who would see students loitering, let's say, by bus stops or wherever it is. They're supposed to be at school during school hours, but you have police officers who sort of round them up. Doesn't Barbados have those officers? Police officers?
They have officers, but not police. They have special truant officers. As a matter of fact, that system had faded away. But in recent times, within the last couple of weeks, I heard, since these children went back to school, I heard the Minister of Education saying that he himself is going to go out with some truant officers to see what's going on the streets and to get children to go to school.
Okay.
Yeah, they had truant officers, but I don't think they were police.
Yeah.
But Mr.
Police would be in the area.
But Mr. Horn, let me just ask you something. I'll show you that. Is there a problem, like people saying in St. Vincent and other islands, is there a problem in Barbados too, in terms of violence, guns, so forth, in schools and things like that? Are you seeing any problems?
Yes, every now and then you will hear a youngster is caught with a knife or some kind of machete or something. But there's a lot of violence in Barbados otherwise, because up to the day before, they had 2 murders in Barbados. Not 2 murders.
Murders in Barbados? 2 people got shot, one died and one
Because
is
what
critical.
Barbados does is they hide the news in the back page, not on the front page.
No, that is, no, I'm not taking that for you, Alyssa. I love you a lot.
But isn't that but wasn't that something a tactic that was done? I'm not sure if it was still reinforced, but that rather than making it sensationalized, maybe as in the front of a newspaper, you put it was the information was placed in the middle of the page or coming close to the end, because they did not want for it to be on the front of the newspaper because of how it's going to affect the tourism. That's something that I heard many years ago.
All right, Renee, so let me say this to you. In Barbados, the government radio station is the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, commonly known or affectionately known as CBC. They bring these kind of violent crimes to the public sometimes days after or the next day after it has happened. But VOB, which is Voice of Barbados, that brings it to you even in news flash as it is happening. So I don't know now about they're hiding that now. The only boy hide up is CBC. But all the other stations, they bring the thing to you right as it is happening. So
and print media, newspapers.
And the print media, I don't really follow the print media too much. But let me say this to you, though. Whether they hide it or not is something that has to come out. It will come out.
Mm-hmm.
But it would affect the tourism product in this country, because Barbados is highly dependent on tourism. And maybe that's why sometimes you don't hear a lot of crime. But right now there's a lot of crime going on here. But I don't think it's St. Vincent that they will hide it up. But in Barbados, the government station is the ones that hide it.
Mm.
and you will see it on the 7 o'clock TV news at night sometimes.
Yeah, I always remember that because every now and again you have that whole conversation happening over here with us talking about crime and so forth and how the numbers, having that information out there is going to affect our tourism. And then I always have to remember what I was told about what happens in Barbados. So that's the reason why I brought it up this morning.
Yeah, but let me just say this to you in closing. I would expect something like that to happen in St. Vincent because St. Vincent is in the, let us say, embryonic stages of tourism. And you want it to develop fully and properly. Although I think they should have a different minister of tourism. But it has to be developed fully and properly. And in the meantime, you have to shield it as much as the tourism part as much as you could by not bringing a lot of developers on here. But the authorities in Barbados seem to think that I don't care what happens in Barbados, Barbados is going to have millions of tourists every year as they do. Irrespective of what happens here.
Yeah, which I probably might be the same that happens with Jamaica.
Yeah. Jamaica's got a lot of violence, but a lot of tourism too.
All right.
In fact, I think they got the most tourism in the Caribbean between them and Puerto Rico, and one or two other places, maybe Barbados included there. But the next time you're on, I want to hear you talking about Cuba and what the Americans are doing to Cuba. Donald Trump got Cuba in a stranglehold, and I understand that doctors in Cuba got to pump incubators. I don't know how that is done to keep children and babies alive. Doc, I would like to hear your opinion on that, seeing that you are a professional medical person.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, so you're saying that is for, not next Monday, the following Monday.
Whenever, or maybe Wednesday night.
Or maybe Wednesday night. All right, yes, that's whole program. He has a whole program, yes. All right, Mr. Hahn.
Okay, guys, have a great day.
You too. Thanks, Mr. Hahn. All right, have a good one.
Alicia, just let you know that this other department that responsible for the vehicle is solid waste management unit.
Okay. All right, so thank you to the person who contributed that. Somebody contributed, remember?
Yeah.
Oh,
somebody contributed.
Okay, all righty. Okay, so we have come to the end of this open forum segment, and let's take a quick break and go directly into today's Community Dateline.
Nothing else sounds as good as WEFM.